I feel really patriotic. I love my country most of the times, but the only time I fucking hate my
Oh
country
my god,
is
same.
when
Yeah.
visas
Oh
are
my
involved.
god.
And dude, the sad part is for the longest time in my life, I did not give a fuck about traveling. And now I'm going through the process because I'm applying for a UK visa. My God, I wish I wasn't Indian.
Oh,
Because
you
like if
was.
I
You
was
should
like,
complete that sentence. You could be Pakistani and you'd have a worse
yeah,
off.
yeah, okay. I wish I was. Hi guys, welcome back to the podcast. I was instructed not to talk about one thing, so we're going to talk about emotional goodbyes. Leah's going to kill me. Leah's leaving for Japan soon. Uh,
Is
but
that
that
why she's wearing glasses today?
before we get into Leah's story, I would like to say that I was the poster child of feeling sad uh, when it came to leaving Cochin or like your native hometown. Because every time I used to go back, like I used to live in Russia and then I used to come to India for holidays, which used to be like if I have a 1 month holiday, I'd come for 2 months and miss like half my school days. And then 1 week prior to going back to Russia, I would start
Feeling sad. Losing your mind.
the tears for the sadness, bro. The tears would start. Anytime anybody's doing anything, I'm like it's like I'm watching a movie and I'm like, oh my god, these guys are going to be having fun after I leave. And then I just feel emotional about every single thing. And by the time the day I leave, I'm like bawling. Have you guys had any similar
Let's
experiences?
start with Leah, why don't we?
No,
I'm
we.
gonna be silent today. I'm just there.
You can't be silent on a podcast.
Yeah.
That's not how it works.
No, with Leah's story, we'll get into the end, but like, let's.
Oh, best for last,
Yeah,
huh?
best for last. Because the emotions are pure there, you know.
I can't relate honestly because I've grown up moving around all my life. So for me, it was like just a part of like life. I've spent like 4 years in every city possible. Uh, I've obviously not all cities in the world, in the cities I've lived in. So I knew there was like a timer on the amount of time I'd spend in any city. The only time I felt that was when I moved back from Bombay because that's where I've lived the longest cumulatively. Not cumulatively, sorry, longest in one go. Um, so Bombay for me is special. Like it's truly where I feel most at home, and even Kunur. But I don't relate. Like obviously now, since the world is so connected, I think that has also impacted the fact that I don't feel like I'm going away as such, because everybody's just a video call away. Flights are like so frequent. So I don't generally feel bad.
What about you, Manas?
I get very attached to people and places, so I feel like when I left Kochi, I would be so sad. I'd be crying. I'd be losing my mind. But then when I leave, like when I was in uni and leaving from Manchester, I would be crying. I would be so irritated. I'd be like dreading coming back home. And it kind of just worked both ways. So, like, I feel like it was something that was never like about missing home. It was kind of just about missing the people around me. So,
Yeah, I think it's the people. It's not the place. And like,
When I said missing, I meant the people.
yeah,
only.
obviously. But that's my point, right? Like, it wasn't like a situation where you came from Russia and you dreaded leaving Kochi. It was like a situation where wherever I was just dreading leaving.
yeah.
So, you know.
So when you left Manchester, also you felt sad.
Oh my god, I was so sad. It was not okay. Like, I think I was 10x more sad than I was leaving here.
What about when you left Dubai?
Yeah, that also I was sad. I'm sad wherever I leave.
When you leave, you're sad.
When I leave, I'm sad. Yeah, that's a bit of an ongoing problem actually. Because today when I was leaving home also, I was a bit sad.
You know, you were leaving home only for like a few hours,
Yeah,
right?
you're going back home. When you leave the
But
podcast.
you never know, like,
Oh my god, it
like,
suddenly
what
became
does that-
morbid.
Like, what does that mean? Like,
you never know what life holds for you. Like, are you going back home today? God knows.
Oh my god.
Damn,
Wow.
I feel like I'm going back home today. But thanks for scaring me.
So, Leah.
Yeah. Okay. Before getting into the emotions, are you going to miss me the most? Is that the thing which is making you feel so sad? Like not being able to hang out with me.
No.
That doesn't like
No.
didn't even cross your mind.
No.
Okay, then what are you
Yeah,
going to
I
miss then?
regret not being friends with you soon. I feel like leaving Kochi would be easier.
The fuck?
Yeah, Leah.
So okay, what are you going to miss about Kochi?
My mom.
And
Shamul. Why is she
My
not
room.
agreeing?
Your room.
Actually, the living room.
She's a living room child.
Yeah.
But do you know when you're coming back?
July, then December, then again.
Why are you going there?
I'm already skipping 2 weeks of class to be here.
I thought we were discussing skipping the entire semester.
I think you should
No, I
take that
haven't told my
seriously. I don't know
mom.
what you're
Nah,
waiting
that
for.
wasn't me. That was all them. I didn't agree to skipping a semester. It was just them putting ideas in my head.
Whatever lets you sleep at night.
Yeah. But I will be really upset leaving. I've already been crying every day. Whatever you described in the first 5 minutes, like that was genuinely me. Like legit. And for me, Shamli said like internet, because of the internet you don't feel that like left out, right?
Disconnected, yeah.
But then I feel the opposite. Because of internet, it's making me more lonely. Like
Like you are able to see, but you're not able to be there.
yeah.
Or like on social media,
So
basically.
the more I see it, the more I feel like I'm alienated from the entire world. It's like it's shown like living proof that I'm not part of what I could have been.
Damn.
Yeah.
But do you like mute people when you go there so that you don't see?
No, I'm not that petty. Like yeah, no, I need to be involved in like
But
like,
do you
physically.
think it's because you've not really found your own in Japan? Is that why it also impacts
because-
you this much?
That's crazy.
No, it's
No, I mean, like, it's not like I'm
No, I think
speculating.
people like, yeah.
No, but for me, I miss the place too. Like I genuinely miss Kochi, because I lived in Dubai for 13 years of my life, and I
You
was
don't miss it?
no. When I left, I never looked back.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
initially, I was like, oh, okay, I don't want to be living in huts or whatever, because that's the image I had of India. And then
Were you living in a hut?
no, because my grandparents were
Lived
from.
in a hut?
They didn't live in a hut, but they were living near backwaters or like forests and stuff. So it was
Oh.
like they were not from Kochi. So my idea of India was forest and water. So-
Villages, basically.
yeah, basically. So I didn't know India had malls or anything like that or stuff like that. So it sounds extremely
Yeah, underwear.
yeah, but that was the truth. So initially when
Are
I
you
came,
saying in your 13 years in Dubai, you never visited India also?
I visited the
The-
forests
okay,
and the
the
backwaters.
forests and the
Forest.
backwaters.
Yeah,
okay.
so I used to come to Cochin Airport, but that was always late night flights. So it's all dark, and that 3 hour like
Yeah.
drive to my grandparents' house was all I've seen, and it was just
Yeah.
dark and forest everywhere.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, but then for initially I was like, oh my god, I can't survive here. Like I'm gonna lose it, blah blah. Blah. But then after a few months, I completely just never looked back to Dubai. Like the first time I went was in years was with
This
you,
time
yeah.
when we went for Coldplay.
And when I saw it, I was like, okay, fine, it's just another country. I
Okay,
didn't
but
miss
what
it.
what do you miss about Kochi then? Like as the place, like okay, you miss the people, I understand, but like you're saying you miss the place as well. So
Mm,
the really good roads.
I love the potholes. Isn't it charming? Like one rain and it fucks it up.
So
I love the
charming.
bumpiness when I'm driving.
When you're not paying your car's maintenance, it's extremely charming.
Yeah, but it's all a vibe, you
The
know.
weather.
Tell me, okay, if you like potholes, I'm sure you like the mosquitoes also. Like
Oh, mosquitoes don't bite me. Like I've never actively been.
Your blood must
Raped
not
by
be
a mosquito.
sweet. Because even they don't bite me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know people surrounding me that are constantly complaining because all the mosquito goes to them, but that's not my fault. Yeah. So
Yeah, secretly chanting something.
the mosquito enchanter.
yeah, because when so near my house there's like a canal, so it's built up water. So because of that, there's a lot of mosquitoes that comes up if you don't close the balcony in time. So when people come home, they're like constantly complaining, mosquitoes, mosquitoes, but they don't bite me, so I don't feel
Close
it.
the
Yeah.
balcony.
Okay, when I spoke about potholes because I thought she will hate them, but like she apparently likes them. Mosquitoes
likes
also.
mosquitoes.
She
You know,
someone tell me
anything-
something
Weather?
negative.
Do
You
you
know
like
what?
the weather?
I feel like you're romanticizing
Yeah,
it just because you're going back to Japan.
Stockholm syndrome.
Yeah,
Anything
it's definitely you're
negative
just
about
leaving.
this country, I have conditioned myself. It's like I've Pavloved myself. The minute I hear Kochi, it's like love. So
I don't know. It's just, for me, this place, I have never gotten down to liking. I don't
What,
know why.
Kochi?
Yeah, I just have never liked Cochin.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
That is
Yeah.
insane.
That is.
I've just never liked it. I just feel like my most useless self over here for some reason because I don't know. It's just a
Mana's had this. Mana has just expressed herself, but the expression was that is a you problem. It has nothing to do with the city.
no, but it is for me. It is to do with the city because the minute I land in Bombay, where you're seeing people do so much with their life, I may not even talk to them, but when you see them being busy, you inherently feel like being busy. And in Kochi, everybody's just laid back, and in like La La Land, so I'm also like laid
La La
back.
Land is a great movie.
Yeah.
I feel like I disagree with you because I feel like I truly appreciate Kochi when I go to other cities
Yeah,
in
no,
India.
same, 100%.
That's when I'm like, okay,
Yeah, I'm
live,
so
I probably
appreciative
live
of this
in
place.
one of the best cities in this
Oh
country.
my
But what are
God.
you appreciating?
Wait,
The
do you guys
potholes?
remember I don't know
One
which
sec.
episode it was, but we spoke about Kerala and I got really excited and I said we should talk about it and then we never talked about it. We're talking about it. I'm so happy.
Okay.
Go on.
What am I more appreciative about? The people I feel like are nicer. I mean, like for example, people in Bombay are really nice, but like I feel like people here are very nice as well. But that may also be because I speak the local language.
Yeah, I think that's the thing. Yeah.
The Ubers are really clean. I genuinely feel like in Kerala or in Cochin, for example, I swear to God, they are just taking new cars every day to just Uber around because everything is brand new. Everything is like
Yeah,
plastic
it's
seats.
pretty.
But in other cities, it's like absolutely nasty. Um, the traffic is not as bad as other cities. The air quality is not as bad. So I just feel like
Yeah.
compared to other cities in India, it's definitely like a
I don't have like standpoints that are actually factually agreeable. Like, because whatever you said, I would factually agree and be like, that's true. But like, everything I have is just like associated with a feeling where I'm like, oh, like it's so nice to be home, or like just being around Kerala and the people just make me happy. And it doesn't mean my people or my friends. It's just the sense of community that comes from whether it's the language or whatever it is. Like there's some sort of like an appeal to it for me. And every time I used to come from uni, I would just want to be here for Onam because it's one of my favorite times ever. I get so excited to be around people that are like everyone's dressed up. There's so much happening out on the streets. There's like flowers everywhere, and then everyone's having sadhya, and it's just so exciting to be a part of that culture. I associate that also a lot with Kerala, even though it's one isolated festival. So yeah, just a bunch of things like that where it's mostly feelings involved there.
Yeah,
It's
I think
not-
for me, I don't relate because I've always felt alienated when it comes to these things because I don't, like, for the longest time, I never spoke Malayalam, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And I feel like the first time I ever came to Cochin as a teenager, it was a very daunting place for me because at the age of 13, when you're trying to make friends, it's the hardest thing to do.
100%, yeah.
More so when you don't look like the people you're surrounded by or you don't speak the language they speak. Like it becomes like a crazy experience because I remember being sort of they say that the new girl has attitude because she speaks in English. Hello,
That
I was
was
in an
me.
English medium school. What language did you want me to speak, right? And I didn't know Malayalam. My second default
That's
was
actually
Hindi.
how people used to feel about choice kids, because choice kids used to always speak in English.
Yeah, so
And
even
other people used to get mad about it. Same about global.
yeah,
Like,
so
people
even
used to
when
get
I
really
first
weird
moved
about
in, they had a nickname called Arabici because I came from an Arab,
Arabica.
yeah, and so
Arabici.
yeah, because I was a bitch, so Arabici.
I'm going to call you Arabici. What an apt name. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, so I was extremely reserved, and I couldn't speak Malayalam too because
Yeah.
I've only spoken Malayalam till the age of 5, and we had to pick English as a medium so my brother could adapt. Um, because of that, my Malayalam is really bad. Like I cannot respond to it at all, and then they would think that, like, they look down on you for sure
Yeah.
because of that.
No, and it's also very clannish, I feel
Yeah, yeah,
like.
it is.
It's super hard to break into groups that have already formed. Now, as an adult, it's easier because you're not as shy or you're not as intimidated approaching people. But that's the thing, right? And I've moved as about a teenager. I've moved thrice. This is the hardest place for me to have ever made friends.
I
Like,
agree with the fact that it can be a bit clannish, because, like, they're very, like, protect our own, take care of our
Yeah,
own,
yeah.
we are one collective society. It's
Yeah.
there. It's very ingrained in it. Honestly, as a person that grew up within that society and spoke the language and saw it firsthand my whole life, I always thought that as a positive thing. But in hindsight, like, it does make sense that it can be a very, like, clannish thing.
Yeah, no, it's positive for sure if you're a part of it.
part of it. But when you're, but that's the thing, right?
Yeah.
Like I feel like
Like
sometimes
now I
you don't
think,
realize unless you're
yeah,
outside of
you're
it,
an
or at
outsider.
least you have like the sense to think outside
Yeah,
of it. So
yeah,
like now I realize that it's
yeah,
there are negative aspects
yeah.
to it.
But it's also contextual because when I was in 8th grade, like it's also kind of in the back of your head, like you actually don't step out of the zone. I mean, I'm speaking from my experience. Because when I moved to, so I was in CBSE and then I moved to IG.
Mm-hmm.
That's when I met my current friends. And so one of my friends, he was in my class in 8th grade, and he told me an experience he had. But when I was in 8th grade, I did not like think of it like that. So my mom, my aunts and stuff, they come from the GCC or abroad and stuff, and they used to buy me a lot of stationery, and then like they would buy me in bulk, and then I used to have a pouch full of pens. There was like at least 20, 30 pens in that, and people would ask me for a pen or something because boys don't bring anything, right? So then I would give one to them, and they just wouldn't give it back because it doesn't cross their mind to like give it back, right? That's just their habits. And every day it would just disappear, and I would be taking 100 pens, and like it just keeps disappearing, and my mom thought I was getting bullied. And for me, once my mom says something, I like that's
That's the truth,
yeah.
no matter what.
So I was like, oh, okay, I'm not gonna give out any more pens. So then one of my friends, he asked me for a pen once, and I was like, I don't have a pen. And he's seeing like a pouch full of 30 pens. I look him dead in the eye. I was like, I don't have a pen. And then like a year later, he told me, he's like, bro, you were so hard to approach because you have like an aura around you. Like sometimes we're just not friendly, and like our actions seem one way to us but a different way to someone else. So it's just like later on, once we don't have that ego around us,
Yeah.
and like you'll understand it wasn't actually what it seems like. It's a
Yeah.
lot of misunderstanding
Yeah,
too
yeah,
when
no,
we're younger.
100%.
Yeah. But I don't know. For me, it's like, I don't think as a child you'll have that sort of ego that you don't want to approach them. It's just that it's one against a group of people. So you just go in thinking, how am I going to fit in, right?
Yeah, we're guarding ourselves.
Yeah, you're guarding yourselves. And I think everybody just bullies the new kid in
Yeah.
school, like regardless of anything. Unless you have someone you've known. Like my first friend in Chinmaya over here was another Gujarati because it was just the easiest option for me. I could connect with him on other levels also, right? But I don't know. It's just I have something against this place. Like it's been super nice to me, but I just can't like say it's my favorite place ever.
No, but
I
yeah,
agree. Like
yeah.
like politically also, if I have to choose a particular like place in India, I would much rather be in this like state.
But yeah, emotionally, your attachment to, you're allowed to have your.
Yeah, I feel
Straightaway
like I've
opinions
always
based on
thrived in
that.
places where we've had multicultural people. Like Kunur is one such place. It's super metropolitan and it's like demographic sense. So it's got people from everywhere. Bombay is like that. Like you've got people from everywhere just trying to make a living, and I think I thrive more in those kind of places.
For me, it's not necessarily that I have such a positive attachment to this place. I feel like I've had a lot of traumatic is a stretch of a word, but I've had bad experiences a lot here. It's just the way that I've reacted to the experiences, or how I've gone about it, and how that experience, like, for example, if an issue arised, I was able to take things into matter much more easier in in this country. But in Japan, I'm also like constantly facing difficulties, but I am always stuck. Like I have no way about to go anything positively. That's why maybe it's because I know people here, or it's just I feel more safe here. It could be like a number of reasons, but the way I've been able to respond to my negative issues and problems was just much more easier in this country.
Makes sense.
would you like Japan if you were allowed to take 10 of your friends and then live with them in Japan?
Oh my god, that would be the dream. That would be the dream, but it's not. It's just like a trip, you know. It's not as charming if you're not in your home turf.
No, but like your home turf. Okay, I feel it's the people who make the place. So whether you're in Kochi or in Japan, if you have your people around you, home turf is anywhere.
Sure, but like your favorite football team, is it a more symbolic winning in their own stadium instead of the enemy stadium.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I feel like it's more symbolic in the enemy stadium because you've gone out and you won against all odds.
No, I mean they say that if you win in your home, like for example, in a country is hosting a tournament, and if they win in the as a host,
Yeah,
The
'cause
celebration is.
I mean, I'm just
I mean,
thinking of it
entirely
like
as a
in the
spectacle.
opposite way. Because if you're playing in your home stadium and you lose, like
Yeah,
that is
exactly.
the
That's the
absolute worst
worst.
thing.
Yeah.
So
What was
I
the why?
guess winning there.
What is the?
I don't know the
Sorry,
comparison,
sorry.
but yeah.
Sorry, it just
I
got
don't
into
know. I'm
it.
not in the right headspace right now.
You just
No, I think
randomly
she
give an
meant. I
example.
think she meant like home stadium being Kochi and
Oh
like,
yeah, like your
Japan
friends
is
being
like
here and you being here, it would be better than your friends being in Japan.
yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
yeah, it
Yeah.
would be less fun. Okay, fair enough.
Because it's not just friends, it's family, friends,
No, but by his
teachers, schools.
By his question, he's saying
everybody
ups
you
and leaves
want,
to
basically.
Japan
Yeah, it's like a
forever,
hypothetical situation.
It's a
Nobody's
hypothetical
coming to
situation.
Japan, Leah. You're alone there. But in case if we
In
all
case
came
if
there,
they come and everyone's just there,
then it'll be
then
fabulous.
would that be a better place for you to live than Kochi? Is
Live.
stay. Anything.
Okay,
you
we will
like.
create some potholes in Japan.
It's not about that. It's
We'll
just
bring the best mosquitoes from Kannur.
okay. It's not about. It's really difficult. Okay, it's not just the country. It's the language. It's the way they.
no, remove all of those issues.
It's a very simple question.
It's a hypothetical.
No,
Everything
no,
else
she'd
being
be happy. She'd be happy.
Yeah, I would be
that's the
happy if my
question.
friends were there, but it's just not the same.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, got it. That makes sense. Mm.
You know what this reminds me of?
What?
The time we went to a Japanese restaurant.
Oh my God, Sharon.
Didn't we
Oh
talk
my
about
Oh
this?
my God. I feel like I would just combust into flames if I was there. Like I
And
cannot believe
you know what?
Yeah.
Okay, to give
You have
everybody
to- Yeah,
context,
set context.
we've been told that there's a Japanese restaurant somewhere in Kakinad started by a Japanese person. And it's supposed to be super authentic and, like just the works, right? So we thought we'll go and try it since we had our
The
Miss
resident
Japan with
Japanese,
us.
Yeah.
So we thought we'll go try it and give it an actual credible rating. We reach there and we're like seated and the waiters are coming to like ask us for what we want, etc., etc. And Leah's a very shy person, okay? So she's not going to like talk to you like just like upfront, right? Like you have to initiate the conversation and then she's
Yeah,
fine.
yeah.
And if it's like a person she's meeting for the first time, she's generally like very quiet in that situation. So Sharon's teasing her by saying, I'm going to tell the waiter that you know how to speak.
I wasn't teasing her. I was empowering her Japanese.
Yeah,
I was
okay.
proud of her, and I was like, "You should speak Japanese
You
to the."
have no such thing as positive reinforcement. It is floodgating with you always. You are the one, the swimming instructor, throwing them in the pool.
Oh, that's called floodgating.
Yeah.
That is so cool. Thanks. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, so Sharon's like, I'm going to tell the waitress you can speak in Japanese and then you'll have to have a conversation. And we're telling Sharon, dude, just because the owner is Japanese doesn't mean he's hired Japanese
Japanese
people.
people.
We are a big country with a vast like geography and we've got the northeast of India. So it could be someone from there.
I
Mind
honestly didn't
you,
believe that.
the lady came. His first question was straight up, not where are you from or
Nothing.
anything. No, nothing. She was just like, my friend here can speak Japanese. And you just proceeded. And the lady just started smiling.
Yeah.
She was so awkward. It's also, I feel bad for him too because she didn't stop him saying, oh, stop. Like, I am not from Japan. She just proceeded, and this idiot went rambling for like 2 minutes about how I live in Japan and she can speak Japanese or whatever. And she just smiles, and then after 2 minutes, she's like, I'm from Manipur.
Yeah, you should have seen Sharon's face. Like,
I'm-
I have never seen...
It's not often that I get embarrassed.
You weren't even embarrassed. It's like I saw a ghost in
Yeah,
front
I
of
was
me.
shocked because I was like, "Hi." So my friend knows Japanese. You want to talk to her? Talk to her. Say something. She studies in Japan.
I'm not from Japan.
Oh, you're from? Oh, okay. Okay. Where are you from? Manipur. Oh, I'm so sorry. In my defense, I was genuinely like 100% sure that she was Japanese because
How?
everybody.
How?
How?
Have you
Give
been?
us,
Like, I'm
give us
so
the reason
curious.
We
for
were,
your
in a,
confidence.
we were an authentic Japanese restaurant, and my dad has had a Japanese restaurant, so I know the number of Japanese employees a Japanese restaurant
get
could
it,
potentially have. Could potentially have. So when I saw people of a certain origin, I thought they were from Japan because everybody kept telling us that it's authentic, authentic, authentic. Who knew?
We knew. That's why we told you,
They
Sharan.
literally
don't
How did you guys
told
know?
you.
How did
Do
you
you
guys
go
know?
to
You
Because
joke.
you just have to give it the benefit of the doubt that it might not be that.
Yeah, but mistakes are made sometimes.
you go to a
mistakes are
pizzeria
made.
and
Japanese
assume
will
that
not.
it's Italian.
The people in the Northeast anyway feel like they're not a part of India because of the way
Yeah,
we
and you're
question
just
them.
making it worse.
It's an honest mistake, guys.
It's
But
not
yeah.
feeling so honest.
I was honestly making a mistake. I had I'm not joking.
No, it was an honest mistake. Otherwise, that embarrassment.
Yeah,
would have-
it did it. That's the funny thing. Usually I think about these things.
Yeah, yeah.
Even Shamli told me, Sharan, this would be really funny if she's
She's from-
actually from the Northeast.
Yeah.
And it didn't even cross my mind because
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
it cannot be.
Because
Everybody's
you're that convinced. Like,
yeah,
you're
dude.
like
Everybody is
100%.
dressed in the Japanese attire.
Yeah,
Everybody,
yeah.
like
Got it, got it.
Because
the
it's a
story was sold to me.
Japanese themed restaurant.
Yeah. Well, then you should have
no, and
Japanese people
also
working there.
in his defense, we've been to mukbang out here, which is run by actual
Yeah,
Koreans.
Korean restaurant run by Koreans.
Yeah. And so, I mean, I guess I get where you're coming from, but it doesn't harm you to ask them where they're from.
Before
Definitely
you
go to a
yap
Korean
off,
restaurant and
yeah.
speak in Manipuri.
But no, you have to go to Japan with a Manipuri.
Oh, yeah, that was
Speaking
in-
about Japan, what about visa? Is it hard to get a visa?
Oh, do you guys want to visit? So I don't know the current state as of now, but I think December, Jan, or sometime around, they had capped tourist visas, like
Oh,
because it's the influx of tourists is insane. Like the numbers are crazy, and people are only visiting Tokyo, Kyoto, like the main cities. So it's difficult for them. So I think I don't know if it's still there, but there's an offer by Japan Airways that if you fly there internationally, domestic flights within the country are free of cost
got it.
because they want you to fly out. Oh, but you asked about visa. Sorry. Visa is easy, especially if you have.
Whoa, what was that Japanese airline plug there? Are you getting paid by them?
No, I wish, but I think if you have the U.S. visa, that's like an
Yeah.
easy way to
Yeah,
get
get-
tourists. Yeah.
When, or you still have to apply.
Yeah, you
It's
have
not
to
on
apply.
arrival.
No,
No,
I'm not
no.
sure.
No, I think it's
on
become
arrival.
You don't
like a
have the US
1 week
passport,
stamp
do you?
situation.
Yeah.
No,
If you have a UAE residency, it's on arrival.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. UAE has that thing. Yeah.
Yeah,
Guys, that's-
because even because I'm a Japanese resident, I can go Dubai on
Dubai
arrival.
on
Yeah,
arrival.
it was a recent thing.
Makes sense.
Yeah, that's the thing about visas. I feel really patriotic. I love my country most of the times, but the only time I fucking hate my country
Oh my god,
is
same.
when
Yeah.
visas
Oh
are
my
involved.
God.
And dude, the beautiful part or the sad part or the beautiful part, whichever way
Beautiful
you look
sad.
at it, yeah, is for the longest time in my life, I did not give a fuck about traveling.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm in Cochin, I'm happy. I don't need to go anywhere.
Yeah.
Because people used to be like, oh, I'm applying for US visa, I'm applying for UK visa. And I used to be like, yeah, okay, whatever, man. And
Yeah.
I used to see them stressed. And now I'm going through the process because I'm applying for a UK visa. And like 7-8 months back, I'd applied for a US visa. And my God, I wish I was an Indian.
You
Huh?
I wish I wasn't Indian.
Oh,
Because
you
like if
was.
I
You
was
should,
like...
you should complete that sentence. I wish I wasn't Indian and I wish I was X, Y, and Z. Because if you're in Indian, you could be Pakistani and you'd have a worse
Yeah,
off.
yeah, okay. I wish I was
I
like...
wish you were.
I wish I was from a European country
Yeah.
or like
Singaporean.
Singapore or yeah, or like even
Gotcha.
American because like
Did you guys know that the Afghanistan passport is really strong?
Really?
I didn't know that. But also, I just saw reels, so it's not like
Yeah, I
actually
think we should
supported.
verify that.
And we should verify that.
information.
Okay, my
yeah.
bad.
So
But yeah, no, I'm a like this. Everything I will stand by this country and patriotism and all of that, but visas, especially right now, like I am the biggest hater. I'm so angry. 3 of my best friends, they've gotten their Schengen visas and they're traveling somewhere next week. So when this episode releases, you guys will know if I went there or not. But it's looking like I'm not going there because the stupid visa just won't come. Like, I don't know why they hate me so much.
And the funniest thing is she doesn't know if she's got the visa or not as
Yeah,
yet.
that's the thing. Like, it's not reached from the embassy. It's just, I don't know anything. They're
what,
not telling me-
why you don't know?
There's
Or
no
till the
update.
passport comes back, you don't know.
No,
You'll never know.
till they like leave the embassy, I won't know tracking. Until the passport comes in hand, I won't know if it's
Yeah.
accepted or not.
Yeah.
So like they're like on the group chat, it's like, what do we do in Albufera? What is this restaurant? Let's get a reservation. And my heart is pounding because I'm like, I'm gonna be the only one not there.
Yeah. No, it's honestly the worst thing. And the amount of, every time I go for visa, the amount of papers just being wasted, like it's so annoying. Like you're
Yeah,
printing,
you're
so
printing
many
so much
stacks of like
stuff.
unnecessary information. It's not like they don't already have all that information.
Yeah.
Yeah,
no.
bank details, ITR returns,
Application.
birth certificate,
The funniest thing is the visa
School
application
certificate.
you filled in. That only they
10th
want
grade
back.
marks, 12th grade marks. US visa took
But
every
you know,
possible
Guys,
information.
we shouldn't put negative energy out when I'm in a crucial stage.
I'm not saying you won't get it.
No,
just
I'm
the
saying.
oh,
I
So
have
I
a
need
feeling,
to
I have a
change
fe-
it.
I have a feeling you won't get it on time, Manas.
that's
No, guys,
different.
I'm gonna get my visa and it's gonna reach on time. We're putting out good energy, you know?
Have you booked everything?
No.
Yeah,
But you
you're
had to show
booking.
bookings, right, for your
Yeah,
visa?
I did. I don't like. yeah,
Yeah,
I
you
booked.
have to, right?
No,
I
you can-
booked
no,
They're
you
not
can-
watching
no,
this.
You can,
No, I booked
do like
stuff,
dummy
yeah.
tickets.
Yeah,
I
that.
didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Like travel agencies will do that for you. So.
Yeah, exactly. But I'm gonna get it. It's gonna happen. The trip is gonna happen. If not,
The trip will happen. Whether you will
Yeah,
be
whether
on
you're
that
there or
trip or
not.
not is a question.
But I just don't understand why they require all this information.
Yeah,
Like,
that's exactly.
No, they just
what-
want to make sure you're financially well enough to come back. To your
okay,
own
then just
country
look
and
at my
your-
bank details. Why does
No,
why
but
does
your
it?
prospects
why, do-
here are
why,
good enough.
why does
for you.
America need to know how I did well in 10th grade or not? Like, why do they care?
They just want to know. Information power. Knowledge is like everything.
I don't know. I
There
was
was
just-
something very cool that guy from Game of Thrones had said. I can't remember that dialogue, but that dialogue.
No, that doesn't suit well for you.
You
For
know,
what you're
I-
saying, that dialogue was knowledge is power, power is power.
Oh, I
It's
take
the
it
opposite
back
of
then.
what you were saying.
You know, I had to,
No, but
like,
that's exactly what the US feels like.
Yeah, that's also there.
you know, I get stopped, and so this is something that happens at every immigration. I get stopped because I lost one of my passports, and
Oh,
it says
God.
on my new passport that one passport
lost.
is cancelled.
Mm.
So this time for the
so
visa,
they
as
know
well-
you're irresponsible, basically.
yeah, basically in a nutshell, yeah. But even for the visa thing, I had to like attach a whole like other thing explaining how I lost my passport and where I lost it, and attach the FIR I gave to the
Yeah.
cops because I lost it. And I was like, oh my god! I was like, I have a passport. Isn't that what matters now? Ugh, it's so frustrating. But yeah, but me losing it is very stupid, so I can't blame them also.
Yeah. No, it's a legit nightmare, honestly. Especially
Yeah.
like because like everything becomes so expensive by the time you actually end up getting your
End up
visa,
getting your visa.
that it doesn't make sense going on that trip.
Yeah.
And it's not like the dates are flexible. Like Schengen will give you the exact dates you want. They won't give you like 2 months.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, do you know, has Tessa told you?
No.
Tessa applied for a Schengen visa. She was going with her, she has European friends, right?
Yeah,
so obviously they can travel around whenever they feel
Yeah,
like.
yeah.
She got a visa for 4 days.
Yeah.
But
She's
you know,
like,
guys,
I got my visa. And then she's like, for 4 days.
you know, the same thing happened to my friend because we were planning a graduation trip and every single person got their visa. Okay, this is, I think, 10 or 12 people.
Yeah.
With Schengen.
Schengen. Everybody's gotten their visa. This one guy,
Oh my God.
yeah, he got it for 7 days and it ended 2 days before the trip was
Oh
supposed
my
to start.
God.
That's so sad.
Then we had to cancel the whole trip. But
What? I would have gone.
Yes,
no,
we
but like it was a grad trip. Everyone had to be together.
But you all could have gone for 7 days.
Yeah, my dream is to like, even though I love my country, my dream is to like invest money in Portugal and get a Portuguese passport.
Yeah. We recently met someone.
You know, I
who's-
could do that
Yeah.
if I just got my visa, so I could visit every 1 year or 6 months.
Yeah, we met someone who
We
has a
met
Portuguese
someone
passport.
who was basically Goan in descent, and Goans apparently get the Portuguese passport.
Yeah, like you
That's
have
crazy.
Yeah.
No
some-
way.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's
but
just-
I've been seeing so many of these Portuguese residency
Yeah.
stuff. It's so cool.
Yeah.
'Cause
Would
you
you guys marry for a passport?
Yeah, 100%. No, I would
For the
100%.
longest of the time, I was like, woohoo, Korean.
Is it
Number
solely for
two.
a passport or like do I have some love
Solely.
in it also?
Wait,
I mean,
I'm just
you love the
asking.
passport.
haven't you watched the proposal?
If it's a Singapore passport, yeah,
Singapore is the bar.
it's the bar.
have you,
I'm
have
not
you watched,
settling for
have you,
less.
haven't you watched proposal? They'll ask
Yeah.
you questions about your significant
Like your
other.
love.
I learn, bro. I'm pretty.
Yeah. I mean, I would 100% do it for the passport. Like, not just Singapore. I
Yeah,
would
but I'm
do
sure
would
you
do it
don't
for
get married
Singapore.
and immediately they don't give you a book saying
No,
you're
no,
now you're the
obviously
citizen.
not. Not immediately. You have to spend some time.
Wait,
Like, it could be a friend who you're marrying just for the passport. Like, it doesn't have to be like a stranger, you know? It could be, yeah.
Would you?
She's really thought about it.
She was thinking about Korean.
Yeah, because my ex was Korean, and when we had plans to travel, like, I was freaking out about visa, and then he was so lost. He's like, "What? Visa?" I was like, "Yeah, you know you have to apply." He's like, "Apply?" I was like, "The entitlement is crazy. That's the entitlement I wish I had."
Okay, so that the entitlement, I love the entitlement so much because like you can truly feel the power of a country.
Yeah.
So I have a cousin, Anjali. She's been on the podcast and on the vlogs. She's American. So
Oh my god, I'm
so
so
the reason
excited.
I got my US visa is because she sent me an invitation
Yeah,
and
yeah,
everything,
yeah.
right? So she was like, "Oh, I'm inviting my cousin to come to the US," and then she kept asking me, "When is your visa coming? When is your visa coming?" I'm like, "Bro, it takes time. Like I've applied, I've given my proposal today. They have given me a date 3 months later." She's like, 3 months? They have taken 3 months? Like, why are they so dumb? Okay, that's what she said. So I didn't say, I didn't understand anything. And then on the day of the visa, she's like, "Did you get it? Did they stamp the visa?" I'm like, "Bro, they most likely accepted my this thing. They will take another 2 weeks to
Process it.
the visa."
Yeah.
And they asked me a lot of questions and stuff. She's like, "These Indians are so dumb. Why are they asking you so many
They're
questions?"
all American.
I'm like, "Bro, they are your countrymen asking me questions. You think Indians will ask Indians questions and then
Questions to get
issue
that
a US visa?" She's like, "What? Americans are there asking you questions for US visa?
Oh my god.
They ask you questions?"
Oh
I'm like,
my
"Yes. Yes, that's how we come
so
to your
funny.
country." She's like, "When I wanted to come to India, I just took a flight the next day and like I came." I was
That's
like,
why
"Yeah."
she has an OCI
She has an
card,
OCI
yeah.
also, but
Yeah.
like even people who don't have OCI, it's very easy for.
Yeah,
No, they
it's-
have to apply. It's not
Yeah,
very
they apply.
easy for
It's not-
Americans to
no,
get
it
like
is
that.
easy. It is quite easy. It is. I mean, it's nowhere as difficult as it is for us.
Yeah, but it takes like 2-3 weeks.
But
Yeah, it's
I'm
not
talking
like
about
the
difficulty.
appointment slots
Like
aren't
they don't
available
understand
or
the
anything.
difficulty to
Yeah,
any,
yeah, yeah, they
any
don't. They don't.
like for
Yeah.
them it's not a
Yeah.
problem.
It's
So
not
they
a
were like, she was like,
problem.
"Why is this Indian asking you such a dumb question?" I'm like, "No, buddy, it's not Indian. It's your people."
Have you seen those movies and those shows where in America the girl is taking a flight and the guy just runs in after her? If that has to happen in India and the girl's going somewhere in Europe,
Wait,
the guy will
did
have
you
to
guys
wait.
see that
Yeah.
viral? I don't know if you guys watch Tamil movies, but the viral clip of there's this Tamil actor called Surya, and he's
Hmm. know
in
Surya,
this. Yeah,
yeah.
so he's acting in this movie, and the girl is in US. Okay,
Hmm.
so this clip has been going viral the last few weeks because no one's able to get a US.
Oh, I saw. I mean,
Yeah.
What
So
is the
basically, he's like, he reaches the visa place,
Huh.
and the American guy at the
Oh.
embassy is asking. He's like, "Oh, why do you want to visit the United States of America?" And he's like, "I don't want a job there. I don't want anything there. I don't want to contribute to their economy there. I don't want to do jack shit there. But the girl I love is there. I just want to go there, woo her, and bring her back." And that guy's like, "Oh, that's the best story I've seen," and gives him a 5-year visa. It's so funny.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Visa woes are real.
I've seen these American YouTubers do videos where they suddenly fly out their friend to like
Yeah.
another country.
Yeah.
I'm like, "Bro, I can never fly anyone out. Even if I had all the money in the world, I'll have to apply for the visa. I'll have to tell them why I'm taking their passport. I'll have to
No,
tell them
and
why they have to
also,
go."
visas are so expensive.
Yeah, it's fucking
it's
expensive.
not okay.
And
It's not
see, I
normal.
don't mind paying that if it's a guarantee that it
Yeah,
doesn't
there's
get
no
rejected.
guarantee.
Yeah.
There was a statistic recently about how much Indians have lost on just visa
Visas,
fees. It was
right.
like an insane. I don't know the number exactly, but it was absurd.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I
Sad.
didn't
But
realize-
now Americans also have to pre-apply before going to like Europe. They don't have that. Oh, I can just fly out tonight. It's
That's
like
beautiful.
yeah, I feel so
Yeah,
happy.
must be tricky.
It's like sweet. I don't know, revenge
I
or
think
whatever.
it's that electronic thing, right? ETA or something.
Yeah, yeah. You have to
Because,
just
for example, Indians have to apply to that to go to Turkey, like as in visa on arrival, but you have to apply to that ETA
yeah,
thing.
yes. But it takes like 3-4 days, so they need that
3-4
time.
days.
Yeah.
That's 3-4 days I had to take for my 10th grade and 12th grade certificates.
3-4 days to get the printouts in a
Yeah.
file. Like,
But it's not as bad now. Like I remember when I was going in 2017, so you need to, for your Schengen also, you need to give the financial documents, right? To get my financial statements from the bank stamped
And
signed,
sealed, yeah.
I had to convince the bank officer that I'm not trying to do anything illegal.
Like, what
But
would you do with your
I
own
don't know. It's my
statement?
own statement, but like they are also so pricey. Now it's at least like everybody knows,
It's
okay.
a bit convenient.
Yeah, like nobody questioned me at the bank when I said, hey, I need 6 months. Can you stamp and sign? But back in the day, it was so bad.
Yeah, because so when I was going to Dubai, like Dubai's pretty strict with their visa and stuff, and a lot of people get rejected. So some of my like relatives and stuff, when then they were like, oh, like if you're coming, they're gonna ask you this, that, blah blah blah. Just said you're this person's uncle and blah blah. And I was like preparing myself, and then
You're this person's uncle.
I think this person is your uncle.
yeah, sorry. And then I went there. They opened my passport, and they're like, Japan residency. I was like, yeah, okay, go. And I was like, wow, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
Like, I don't get asked any questions or anything
Yeah,
like
but you
that.
know, I realized the contrast because when I was a resident in the UK and I came into Dubai, they would just look at my BRP. They wouldn't look at anything else, like no return ticket, nothing. They don't want to know anything. They're
Yeah,
like,
they didn't ask
just
for
come
any
in,
of the
right? Like
papers.
that's it. But I took an Indian tourist visa and went. I'm not even joking. I was in that immigration line for 3 hours. Like they are like, go back and check this, do this, go to that officer, and I'm like, what is going on? Like everything's on there.
Yeah, because
contrast
the
is
visa
insane.
paper, I didn't even hand it to them. They just saw my Japanese residency permit and then just let me in.
Yeah.
But I get asked a lot of questions every time I fly out of Kochi. The Indian immigration officers, especially when it's a young female traveling alone, they have 500 questions.
Yeah.
They're like, Japan, what do you do there? How long have you been there?
I
Who
think
do
they're
you
just
know
curious because nobody goes
Nobody-
to Japan.
I think that too.
Yeah, I think it's that.
They
I
have
don't
so
think
much
it's
to
that.
ask me every time. And I'm like, I can speak in Malayalam. So usually I say speak in Malayalam. So then they'll be
They
like,
calm down
okay,
a
yeah,
bit,
they're
yeah.
a bit more this thing. But
Yeah.
they have so much to
You
ask.
speak in Malayalam. What do you say to them?
I'm not speaking to you in Malayalam.
Yeah. But apparently, again, like when you're traveling to the US, I mean, I don't remember this happening to me, but apparently it's the worst immigration to go through, the US immigration. Like
I
they
don't know.
will grill
The
you.
TSA also is supposedly horrible.
Yeah. But that's what I never had a bad experience when I went last. But I guess because I was in college and like we were there for an official program, it didn't make any sense for them to grill us so much. But apparently it's a horrible, horrible experience.
Okay, what is your? We'll end this episode with this one question. What is your dream destination, tourist-wise? I mean,
Ooh.
tourism-wise. Next.
Why is everybody looking at me first?
I don't know. I just feel like your answer would
I-
direct me to
also
think what
just
my
say-
Menas doesn't need to answer because
Yeah, just saying, it is horrible sitting here because Sharon doesn't say anything. So my neck is fixated in this direction.
Sharon doesn't say anything.
You're not talking much, apparently.
Okay.
I'm sorry if I didn't let you talk, okay?
Okay. If you want me to talk more, just tell that.
My neck hurts.
I have like a few. Like Iceland is top there. Then there is all of South America. I'm obsessed with South America, but it's also very unsafe, so I'm not sure. And I really badly want to do. So I'm a big safari person. Like I love watching animals. So I want to do like the safari in Africa.
Nice.
So
I went
basically
to-
everything.
Yeah.
I went
You
to
went everywhere.
Uttarakhand once. My mom
Uttarakhand.
sent- yeah. Because
Somebody's like, I want to go to the safari and the whole of South America and Iceland too. Yeah, I want to go to Uttarakhand.
I said I went to.
Oh, you went to
Yeah. So
Oh, which place? Which place? Uttarakhand.
because my mom said we're going to the UK for New Year's.
Hmm.
Oh my
I
god.
was like,
Which
wow.
UK should have specified.
I go, it's a domestic airport.
Oh my
And
god.
then I was so disappointed. And we went to Uttarakhand and then we went to like a resort and stayed there for New Year's because it was someone's, my aunt's graduation reunion, something like that. And then we went on a safari trip. And the safari tour guide was like, here you can see the lion's footprints. He's sleeping now. And every minute or so, he'd be like, footprints, footprints, footprints. There's no animal, bro. It's a scam.
Yeah, I've been to Uttarakhand once, but for a trek. It's actually beautiful. I don't know if it's the right safari place, but it is beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm assuming you went to Jim Corbett or something, no? Isn't Jim Corbett in Uttarakhand?
No idea.
Yeah.
I've only been to.
Never mind. I'm not even gonna say
I've
something
never
wrong.
been to anywhere else in India.
I've traveled quite a bit in India. That's why, and it's beautiful. I feel like it's honestly like our country has everything to offer. You've got mountains, you've got beaches, you've got like the desert, you've got everything. It's gorgeous.
You.
You should go to the northeast, Sharan.
Yeah, I think you should.
I'm going northeast. Japan when?
That's far east, but okay.
East, somewhere east. And us, what about you? Besides the next one you can't go to.
Yeah. Internationally, like if I'm thinking of Europe, I've always wanted to go to Croatia.
Oh, I've been. It's
Yeah,
amazing.
I've just always wanted to go and I haven't. In India, I've always wanted to go to Rajasthan and I've never been there either. So yeah, those I feel like those are places I definitely want to see. There's also Japan on the list. So it's like 3 places, but it's like in 3 different directions.
World trip.
Yeah, for sure. If only they give me a visa, I could have finished one.
What about you,
I
Sharan?
want to go to UK, Uttarakhand.
Don't make me laugh.
But you've also not traveled in India much, right?
Yeah, I haven't done much of India.
Do you want to?
Yeah, I would like to. But I think internationally, I would do like France. I mean, I've been to France, but I was way younger. So France, Italy, Spain. I would do those
Yeah,
countries.
the Jersey song is playing in my head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I want to buy jerseys everywhere. And go for every.
You know, I
football
told him
I feel like you
instead
could
of
just make
getting
a reel
people.
out of my expressions today.
So you know what I told him? Instead of getting people to buy you jerseys when they're visiting places, why don't you go to every
Visit
place
and buy from each place. Yeah.
What a great story, right? But
It's
now he's twisted
insane.
it and he's like, I will wear the jersey and go to that
Yeah.
place.
That's
I
kind of
have-
cool
I
too.
have a
I
jersey.
gotta
Yeah,
say.
I have a like. If I can think of a country, mostly I'll have a jersey. Like the
I want
countries
you
I
to-
want to go to.
I want you to send me a list of his favorite jersey, and I will personally go buy all of them in the most smallest size.
And then,
I'll just wear it in front of you.
damn.
Oh, some level of hatred there.
Yeah. Or is it love? I don't know. I'm so confused.
Yeah. I was like, why would you do that? It's a lot of money.
Yeah, that's a lot of money, but okay.
Huh.
I thought you were going to ask for his favorite jersey so you can go and destroy them.
Yeah, destroy it or something. Yeah.
Oh. Wait, before we wind up, if it's a place you've already been to, but probably like a tourist place, like you've been there like once, maybe, a place that you want to revisit,
That's a
or
good
go
one.
again.
That's a really good one.
I know mine.
See?
Madeira.
Madeira.
Ah, Ronaldo. wee.
Yeah, Ronaldo City.
Yeah.
For me, it's
What is the what? It's the most beautiful feeling when you're landing and they say, "Hello guys, you're landing in the Cristiano Ronaldo International Airport," and I'm like, "That's the best airport in the world." Well, the airport is actually a tent.
You know the best airport? You've also been to this place? Koh Samui.
Oh yeah, Koh Samui,
What
yeah.
it's an incredibly cute airport. Like I don't think you can ever be stressed in that airport.
Yeah, it's like a.
It's like a resort.
Yeah. What about you guys?
oh, I've
Kochi.
Don't say Uttarakhand.
no, I love Switzerland. Like my favorite place that I've been to. It's just such a serene country.
Yeah.
Like the old people are driving cars, the cows are eating apples off trees. It's just you feel like
Harmony.
yeah.
In the
Yeah,
environment.
peace.
Like I've never been to a country and been like, wow, okay, like this is beautiful.
I'm sure. I don't know how old Switzerland is, but I'm sure nobody has ever described Switzerland as old people driving cars and cows eating
Cows
apples
eating.
off the tree.
Yeah, a bit tricky.
Because that's the 2 images that always stick
Have
to
stood
my
out
head.
for you? Not
Yeah.
the meadows.
So,
Not the sky.
Not the Alps.
no, because I went like on a Europe trip with my parents, and so that trip we covered. Where do we go? We went to.
Uttarakhand.
Shut up. Where did we start off? I don't know. We ended up in Spain. No, not Spain. France. We went to Venice. We went to Italy. We went to Rome.
You went to Venice and then you went to Italy.
I don't know the order of it.
My mouth is opening to say that. but no,
You
don't
went
say
to
it.
Venice
I
and then
think
you went to
don't say
Italy.
it.
I know
Oh,
Venice
you went
is
to
in
Italy
Italy.
first?
Shut up. But that whole trip, I was like, okay, pizza and carbs. It's just that's all there is to this place, and it's just a lot of very.
There's a lot of designer stuff. There's a lot of fashion. There's a lot
There's a
of
lot of
art.
history.
There's history.
I was
There's
9
architecture.
or 8 at that time, and 9-year-old me was not looking at designer clothes. Yeah, but I did go to the Sistine Chapel, and I have. So when I look back at the pictures from that trip, it's just my dad and my brother having the time of their life, touching the balls on the. So many pictures of just that, and I was embarrassed of that. So I would just. That was the only one. I loved history, so I was the only one immersed in that like
the
tour,
audio thing?
audio
Yeah.
thing, and I was
The
like
audio guide.
fully into it. And my parents were bored out of their mind. My dad was doing that, and my mom was just waiting for food. Yeah, but
Yeah.
then Switzerland genuinely stood out to me. It's just beautiful.
Nice. Maina?
France was the worst.
Yeah.
I hated that place.
A lot of people have actually told me they've not liked France, except the south.
It's
but-
so ghetto.
For me, I feel like for nostalgic value, it'll be my first trip to Europe ever, which was again Italy, Spain, Portugal, of which I loved Rome. Like I just really, I mean, I love history. I love like the streets of Rome, everything. It's just
Yeah.
that it's incredibly unsafe. Like the kind of robberies that happen,
Yeah.
it's crazy. I loved Lisbon as well and Barcelona.
Yeah.
But I feel like if there was one place I would happily just go back to and live there if I could, is Slovenia.
Yeah.
Like it's such a fairy tale country.
Yeah.
I don't know, it's beautiful. And it's not like frequented that often because it's not a very like, oh, let's pick up our bags and go to Slovenia sort of place.
Yeah.
But it's beautiful.
Last time in a podcast, I had answered that the place I would want to move most to was Barcelona. So I think I would want to revisit Barcelona before I decide if I want to move there. You know?
Yeah, it's such
But
an incredible city. Like
It's
the energy
it's
is
unreal.
next
like,
level.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I was sulking the whole time when I went to Spain. I don't know why.
Oh my god. Like I have no idea how to explain it. Like we
I think it's
landed
also-
and I was just happy. Like it
Yeah.
was the polar opposite thing. Like
No, I think it's also age difference,
Yeah,
right?
'cause-
Like you
For
were
sure.
9 and
I
went when I was
18, 19.
21, yeah.
That makes sense. That's a big difference.
yeah.
But yeah. But also we went to there's this one specific thing that I want to do again, which is like you said about France, like I'm grateful I got to visit, but I'm not
Yeah.
like a fan of the top, like of like Paris and
Yeah,
stuff.
I've-
The
I
down
only
part
went to
is so
Paris,
nice.
so I can
But,
only speak for that. But then, yeah.
But we went to Disneyland there, and it was with like Naira and Rose and stuff. So that was like a whole other experience. So like that maybe I would like to recreate. Yeah.
She said she doesn't have an answer. And then
Yeah,
she
and
said
I yapped
she's-
for like
yeah.
15 minutes.
You
I'm
guys, thank you for.
hungry. Oh, sorry.
Shut up! Guys, thank you for watching this episode. We'll see you in the next one. Leah, take care. Have a good time in Japan. Miss us, watch the podcast. Comment. Please watch the
you guys
podcast.
cannot come to Kochi after I leave.
What do you mean?
They want you.
You know, there's a Kochi,
Kochi
in
in
Japan.
I'm thinking the same.
That's Kochi. Yeah.
We are also Kochi.
Or Cochin.
Okay.
Where Ernakulam?
Okay, bye guys. Thank you.
Bye bye.